They say the real value on this is $22,000. You might ask yourself, where do they come up with that number? I don't have an affiliate link for you to click at the end of the video. This is an unbiased, honest review of the Thumbnail Blaster software, and as well as how Blaster Suite markets it as a 3-click solution to bring more traffic, views, and money to your YouTube channel. Check it out. Okay, so this is the first screen you'll see when you download the Thumbnail Blaster software. You'll notice up top we have the upgrade to pro, upgrade to club, upgrade to agency. Kind of explain that later on. So let's just start with no video right here. You'll notice all the different templates here. Bright colors, stock images, big bold text. Looks like a lot of the same thumbnails that you'll see on prominent YouTube channels. Take a look at what you get for just the basic Thumbnail Blaster price, which was $19 on Facebook. So we got rid of all the club, and I don't have any saved templates, so I turned that off. So this is what you get basically. They're not necessarily bad templates, but the thing is, a lot of these involved cutout images. And if you don't have the actual talents to cut out your images, you're going to have to upgrade to the other service level, which will let you actually extract images if you have a solid background behind the image. So then that also depends on you being able to take a photo of yourself on a solid plain background, preferably a green screen, just because that color doesn't pop up in clothing too often. This looks kind of easy. So we'll pick this one. You can switch out the image. So we're going to take this guy out because obviously I don't want that in there. So you should be able to just hit delete, I believe. Yep, he's gone. We'll change that title later on. So this is the background. You can mess with the opacity. So that's kind of cool. I like that, you know. So there must be a background color or some layer behind here. Let's take a look here. Okay, so that's your star. That's your other star. That's your text for here. Text for your title goes. That's the little placard. There's the top. So let's go ahead and put my image in there. I'm going to use this old photo of myself. See, I don't like the resize on this because you could really screw it up. You see? It still doesn't look quite perfect. So this is kind of cheating because I already have that text and the ghosted out background. So let's just say I had that much. So let's go ahead and see if we could flip this horizontal. You could center it horizontally. That kind of helps. Center it. So these are alignment tools where you could just center your things. Oh, here's your flip. Let's flip it horizontally. So we'll have me just kind of popping my head in there. Image filters. Let's mess around with the image. Oh, nope. Can't mess around with the image. You got to upgrade the pro. Okay. Remove color. Got to upgrade the pro. But it looks like we could throw a shadow on this if we wanted to. Oh, that's a lot of shadow. Put the blur to 2. Offset 2. Offset X2. Yeah, that's not bad. Just not so sure about this color in the background. Let's see if we could, let's dump that background. So since we already have this green up here in the corner, let's just try to mimic that. Oh, gradient, there we go, perfect. So that's cool that you can do gradients, man. Gradients look really good on thumbnails. So that's slight. Now let's go with the other color here. Kind of like the radial gradient. Got like the burst in the middle. I kind of like that. It's a little too dark on the edge, so let's go ahead and brighten that up. I don't like how my image just popped back like that. Maybe I did something. So let's go back to the image. Try to select that. Oh, it just keeps getting screwed up. Let's put it back there. Bring that up. Bring to the front. So we're going to try to, this is just my own preference, we're going to kind of try to mask the fact that there's a background here and a bar. So the way we do that is, you running short on time? Check the description for links to every section of this video so you can find the information you want when you want it. Oh, here we go, gradient color. Perfect, you can make it a gradient. Okay, so there's your, that's how you can angle it, I guess. Let's make it like that. Stroke. Can't make the stroke a gradient, I notice. Just Just make it a little bit like that, just to make it slightly metallic. Guess you can't make that a gradient. Kind of like the green and red. I mean, it's usually used for Christmas, but here I think it works, so we'll make that text right there white. So I think we could actually bring this up a little bit. So I'm going to want to make it bigger. I'm all about making big text. Now see, this kind of goes against what they say about you don't need creativity to make these thumbnails. I mean, I think you need creativity to make any thumbnail. It's all right. You're going to want to always keep this space down here free of any design elements, because that's where the little timestamp's going to come up in your YouTube search results. And nothing looks worse than having text where the timestamp comes up, because it just looks like there was no forethought put into your design. So, you know, I mean, there's a lot of different elements that you can add in here if you wanted to. You have all these buttons, design elements. You can put cutouts, so I could put somebody on there with me, I guess. Like this guy. Oh, I've seen that stock image before. So I put him in there. You could change out this text to whatever you want. Russo 1, that's perfect for wrestling. Oh wow, look at that. I'm holding down Shift and Alt, and you can kind of screw with the direction, so I kind of like that. I kind of like the way that looks. Because you have the layers area, you're able to access all the different defined layers here. So even if you have elements that are on top of other elements, which is the nature of layering, you still have that panel just like in Photoshop, where you can select specific layers, so don't ever feel trapped or like you have to delete things to get to things. Yeah, see, that's not a bad thumbnail. I mean, it's okay. Top Indie Shows 2020. But you notice how much I actually changed to the template. So I think this software is really good for people that don't have a lot of experience and or monetary access to Photoshop. Even though you could get Photoshop for $20 a month, that's a monthly fee, but you just have so much more control in Photoshop. But if you're not familiar with Photoshop, this is a good place to start, I think. It's not a bad software. There's a ton of fonts in there. You can go through here and look and see that they got the cutout images, I guess. They got dividers. They got just different icons and stuff that you could use. Emojis. Got tons of emojis. For all the good things that there are in this software, there are a few things that stand out in the way it's marketed to me that are maybe a little bit exaggerated in my opinion. So let's kind of take a look at those now, since we've already looked at this. If you ever want to buy any of their software, you're going to go through like 3 or 4 screens of upsells. So I'm not going to play this video right here, but this is about the VIP template club. So you get 360 extra templates, like the ones I was scrolling through earlier in purple that we didn't have access to. And you get 20 additional templates each month delivered to you, like clockwork. So you get an invitation here. They say the real value on this is $22,000. You might ask yourself, where do they come up with that number? 400 thumbnails times $55 each equals $22,000. Because they say you'll pay $55 for a thumbnail on Fiverr. So by using their software, you're saving yourself $55 for each thumbnail you make. Now let's go check out Fiverr and see if that's true. So here we are on Fiverr. Let's just type in YouTube thumbnails. So here we go. These are some nice thumbnails right here, right? Only $5 for the first order of 10. So I guess that would mean you pay this guy 50 bucks. This guy, he will make you horror graphics thumbnails for $5. Custom YouTube thumbnails. That's a clean looking thumbnail, man. $5. Let's see here. I will design YouTube thumbnails that get millions of clicks. $5. $10. Design you amazing YouTube thumbnails in 3 hours. Look at this, starting at $5. I really like that thumbnail right there. So let's see, let's get a little more information on this. This is the starter thumbnail. You get a 1 clickbait YouTube thumbnail. And standard 3 clickbait thumbnails for 15 bucks. Premium 10 clickbait thumbnails for $45. Now, you can see that this guy does some good work here. Guy or girl, I'm not sure who it is. But I like these, man. These are some nice thumbnails. These are clean. These are very good. And it looks like he can cut out any image. Yeah, we got Tony Robbins there.
I'm so great.
The guy knows what he's doing. Very good color composition. Let's give this guy a shout out, man. This is Thumb God out of India. Been a member since October 2018. And you can get 10 thumbnails from this guy for $45. That's on Fiverr. So it's a little bit different than what we were told by Thumbnail Blaster, saying that you're going to pay $55 per thumbnail. I mean, these are some really nice thumbnails here. A lot of good work coming out of India and the Philippines, especially on Fiverr. So you really need to check and see if these claims are true before you believe them on some of these upsell pages. So let's go back and take a look at some of the other claims made on that club page. I think Thumb God's doing better work than these templates. But wait, that's not all. You'll also unlock top 20 clickbait templates. We analyzed and replicated the top 20 clickbait templates from the history of YouTube. So let me just run this by you. If these are the top 20 clickbait templates that have ever been on YouTube, and they're from the history of YouTube, aren't people already used to seeing them? So how would that be clickbait? Why would people click something that they've already seen throughout the history of YouTube? You always want to change it up. You always want to be a little bit different. You want to stand out from all these other templates, all these other clickbait designs. Clickbait doesn't stay clickbait for very long. People get conditioned. I mean, they spend so much time on YouTube. So to say that you have the top 20 clickbait templates, that sounds dated to me. All through the history of YouTube. What does that even mean? So basically, you see what you get with standard. You get 30 standard templates, and that's it. Over here with the club, you get 400 new templates, clickbait templates, and 20 new templates every month. I mean, if you like their templates, maybe it's worth your money. Me personally, my personal opinion, running, as a YouTube marketer and as a graphic designer, I just see it as good software to get people's feet wet so they can move on to Photoshop. So let's go ahead and look at some of the other upsells. So this is the Pro. This is what they say about the Pro if you want to upgrade the Pro. 10x your views and earnings. What is like Grant Cardone gonna pop in your videos?
Let me just go in there and fucking challenge him to a cage match.
Our students got 10 times more views and more subscribers after upgrading to Pro. How can you guarantee that? You just can't. That's a big guarantee. Now, they're not saying that they guarantee it. They're not saying that they guarantee it. Everything that's included with standard. You can use multiple accounts. Vimeo integration. I don't think too many people are using Vimeo. Maybe if you have like an online course. AI image analysis. We're going to get to that. An extended license. Image filters. And you can remove the background with Pro. Which is, for people that don't know how to cut out images in Photoshop, you're the ones that are probably going to be using Thumbnail Blaster to begin with. So that could be a lucrative investment for you. But you notice something about this picture. See what it says right here. Remove green screen. So you're removing the green screen. You have to have a green screen. Now, it's not hard to invest in a green screen. You can go to Walmart, get fabric for $11, and get a few shop lights, and you got a green screen. But just be mindful of that. If you got a picture of you out by the lake, it's not going to cut out the background. It's only going to do it if you have a solid color behind you, preferably a green screen. They make you scroll for that price. Okay, so it's a one-time payment of $47. So that would take you to basically $70 out of pocket, roughly, after taxes and everything said and done. I mean, just for the ability to cut out the backgrounds of images, could be worth it for somebody who's not skilled in Photoshop and is not looking to get skilled in Photoshop. If you don't like it, you can get a refund, 60-day money-back guarantee, it says. But let's go to that AI. I want to talk about that AI. I don't know, man. Everyone's on the AI bandwagon. YouTube uses an AI algorithm to determine the actual content of a thumbnail And if the algorithm determines that your thumbnail is racy, violent, or has adult content, it will limit your video's reach, or even worse, it'll ghost your video so nobody can see it. I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. Have you seen some of the thumbnails on YouTube? They're pretty racy. They're pretty adult-oriented. Not to mention, why would YouTube have a flagging feature for their community guidelines specifically to flag racy or adult-themed thumbnails? If they had an AI algorithm for their thumbnails, they wouldn't need people to flag these things manually to have them reviewed by a human being. Anyone who's a YouTube creator knows this, but if you're just starting out, you might not be aware. So when you hear AI thumbnail analyzer, probably makes you get excited. You feel like you're getting something that's an unfair advantage. That's the way they frame it here, at least. They say that it's an unfair advantage against your competition. It's not. In my opinion, it's not. So when you buy the basic version of Thumbnail Blaster, it comes packed with a bunch of stock images, cutout images. This is what makes me question the legitimacy of their AI thumbnail analyzer, is some of the stuff that they pack in these cutout images. Take a look at this stuff. That's a little racy. That's a little bit racy. That's a little bit racy. Slightly racy. Depends on who you are. A little bit racy. A little bit racy. Really racy. That's a little bit racy. That's a little bit racy. Not so racy. So the question is, if they really do have this AI thumbnail analyzer, why would they include photos that could potentially trigger a supposed ghosting by the YouTube thumbnail algorithm that I don't believe exists? My consensus on the Pro is it's only $47 extra. If you don't intend to learn Photoshop, if you don't have access to Photoshop, you could do it, the remove background, or you could get 10 thumbnails from Fiverr for 45 bucks. You don't get the extra templates though, but you get the image filters and remove background. So that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. So if you're not planning on getting Photoshop, I would say the upgrade's probably worth it. This is a look at the agency service level, the upsell that they offer. Now this is telling you how to start making money with the software off of selling thumbnails. So let's see what you get with agency. You can sell your thumbnails. Why wouldn't you be able to sell your thumbnails with the basic one? I could download that image I just made and sell it to somebody, right? Anyway, you could add to your client's videos, add your client's accounts. Couldn't you do that at the Pro level by having the 30 different accounts? I mean, maybe this means you can add accounts that you don't have access to. You can watermark the thumbnails. I mean, that's not that difficult to do. I mean, I don't know if any of these thumbnails are worth watermarking anyway. That's just my opinion. It's my opinion. Thumbnail cache machine. We'll have to look and see what that is. DFY, done for you, agency website, and a commercial license. So I guess you need a commercial license to sell these. So this one is $67 to do. It says 90% of YouTubers are outsourcing their thumbnail creation on sites like Fiverr and Freelancer. I guess this is the done for you website. So it says that website would really run you about $1,500, maybe. It seems like you could do a lot of this with just the basic license. Maybe you're not supposed to. I didn't read the TOS. But yeah, so if you want to upgrade to agency, where's the thumbnail cache machine? That's what I want to learn about. Yeah, the cache machine training. I guess they're going to teach you how to make money off thumbnails. I don't see much value in upgrading to this at all, to agency. Especially because, I mean, no offense, but the thumbnails aren't that remarkable anyway. I mean, let's talk about some of the things that are included. The clip art, because it is clip art, looks like Microsoft Office. The cutout images, why would you ever use a cutout image as somebody who's not you? I checked out some of the videos on here, and one of the things that they advised was to always make the same style of thumbnail. Now I can tell you, running dozens of channels, millions of views over the last 4 years, you always want your thumbnails to look different. You never want them to look the same. That's just insane. That is like one of the biggest mistakes I see anyone make. If you go to a YouTube channel and all the thumbnails follow the same template, it's idiotic. and it's really uninteresting. And also, not everybody gravitates to the same design. So if you make one design and it gets X amount of views, the other design might be a broader type design that attracts more views. So you always have to A/B test these things. Now I know that there's a built-in A/B tester in the software. I believe you have to upgrade to Pro for that, where it will change out your thumbnail like every 2 hours on YouTube. I think that's stupid. Now, I will tell you this, either the guy up there or the guy down there often will change their thumbnail to try to compete with my videos, and it's a lot more than the thumbnails goes into getting more views and growing your channel on YouTube. The thumbnail is important to get that first click, but if your content is garbage, nobody's going to stay on your video. You have to consider viewer retention. Viewer retention is number one. If you have a video where people are dropping off in, say, 12 seconds, you need to change something. And it has nothing to do with that thumbnail. So if you found this video useful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Check out some of these other reviews I've done on the Blaster Suite family, and maybe even subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot of videos on search engine optimization, building up your YouTube channel, and all aspects that you can ever imagine about digital marketing to make you a success in this space. And also, to my friend across the pond who keeps copying my thumbnails, I'll send you out one of these hats. But you're not getting these shades, bro.